Hello, hello. It is a historic day. Nancy Pelosi has announced that the House of Representatives of the United States of America has begun a formal impeachment inquiry into President Donald Trump. And as much as I think so many of us have been hoping this would come, it's history. It's historic. It's things like this that you look back at your life and there are historic moments that you witnessed. And this is one of them. So let's have a look. How is this going to go? Is the Trump administration, we know they're not just going to suddenly grow a conscience and some morals and go, oh, sure, here's all the information and here's what you need. And at least at the moment, Nancy Pelosi has not called for a separate separate set of not hearings, a select committee. She hasn't called for a select committee. She is saying that these 6 current committees will be taking part in this. So what's going to happen here? What's going to happen so happy Impeachment Inquiry Day. Yeah, the energy is it's buzzing, which makes sense. I can feel all kind of Democrats in the House, and they're not taking this lightly. This is, as much as they realize what a menace the Orange Fuhrer is, they don't do this lightly. They have brought the sword of truth. They are bringing the sword of truth, and it's to pierce the crown, to weaken the laurels, to show the empty space. If I was going to be less serious, I'd say to show the empty space between Trump's ears. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I'm trying to find some humor in here somewhere. In the past, they didn't stand up to him. His base was so strong, the Republicans weren't going to do anything in the Senate, so he just ran rampant. Center of the reading. This decision has not come lightly. There's been a lot of humming and hawing, and how do we go forward? Right now, the energy hasn't settled yet, so it's a little topsy-turvy at the moment. Base of the reading. The Democrats feel like, especially Pelosi feels like, Trump has tied their hands. That it's reached a point where it isn't even about the past, it's about the next election. And as the government, they have to stand up to that. They have to. It's Trump really did. It looks like he really did possibly snatch defeat from the jaws of victory. So, if he had just kept his nose clean from here on out, who knows what he could have gotten away with, but no. It was a matter of time. And this feels like it isn't chiming. This is a clock, but it's not chiming right now. It's like a second. It's literally like 1 or 2 or 3 seconds away from chiming, hitting midnight and chiming. This still feels like the money deals, overseas deals. Maybe it's what he was trying to get from the Ukraine, but it feels like more than that. It's that plus other things. Near future. Well, the administration, they're gonna Corey Lewandowski this all the way down the line. Just, I'm not gonna answer that. You're gonna. But the Democrats are going to have a lot more success in the courts now that it's a formal impeachment inquiry. They're going to be feeling their power. They're going to be able to answer this. Home environment. If to be a fly on the wall in those meetings today with Nancy Pelosi, I got the feeling that there were some really upset people there. Hopes and fears. Hoping for hope. Simple as that. What other people see? It's a start. It's a start. Follow the money. And this person isn't following it in a chariot or with, an army. This is just a guy walking along, a young guy. He's gonna find out some of the information about Trump's financial dealings, but it's a start. Final outcome. All right, first of all, these are a lot of cups, and cups usually represent the Democrats. These are kind of broken up into separate committees where they're all doing a variation on a theme. Okay, well, what does that mean? Does that lead to impeachment, recommending actual legal impeachment? What does that lead to? I found myself pulling from the deck a little bit differently. Thank heavens, they're going to do this just a little bit differently. They're going to change up, maybe hold some people in contempt, maybe have people with prosecutorial experience ask more questions. It's not going to be perfect, but it does feel like it's going to be better. And they are going to get to the root of corruption. And all the ways that the Trump lawyers have been making really stupid arguments. He's the president. He cannot even be investigated for crimes. Really? Sorry, what country do you think you're in? Well, we'll go talk to the Supreme Court about that. Yeah, if Roberts will take it. Because Roberts has had just about enough of you, Donald. This is the Democrats celebrating that they're making progress. This is them, again, this is the Democrats feeling their power. And again, Swalwell has a future. He just crops up over and over. But that's a different thing. But they are feeling their power, and when the hearings, the inquiry, it's like they are looking into the heart of darkness. They really get down into the really horrible things that Trump has even the little amounts that they're going to be able to get relatively quickly, it's going to be very damaging to Trump, and then it's just going to snowball to the point where they're going to reach a point where they're like, oh, okay, back up. In the way that like the stock market can surge, and it can surge for a long time, but then it reaches a point where it needs to contract, and then it can go up again. It's like they start getting some information, they can finally get some information they didn't have before. It's really hurting Trump. Things are starting to snowball. There's so much information that they have to, it's like it goes a little bit quiet briefly, because it's like, well, we need time to just look over what we have. And the toxic fruit. The weed of crime bears bitter fruit. Because crime does not pay. The shadow knows that. And the Democratic committees are going to know that. They are going to see how Trump built his corrupt empire. Okay. So there are only, I think somebody said something like 30? Was it only 30 legislative days left in the year? Or is this just going to drag on and on and on? Oh, they're going to get a lot of information. I'm feeling that. I'm the president, I can't be questioned. Oh! Money. No, we will get information. Thank you, and we now have a lot of information. I'm the president, I can't be questioned. What you've done as president, but also what you did before becoming president, that feels like I've said, his fortune is, it's all scam and illusion. Okay, so does this lead to articles of impeachment that they send to the Senate and try to get McConnell, Moscow Mitch on the record, which way his red flag is flying? Do they uncover dastardly enough deeds that Massacre Mitch has to go to the president and say, you're done? Messenger. Okay. Messenger. Who's the messenger? What's the message? Trump sitting pretty. He's with his family, being the patriarch, being attacked, being knocked down to size. Information does come. This is him as he's still important. He's still the patriarch of his family. He's still the president. He's still all this, but then he's attacked and he makes a fool of himself. And I'm just feeling he just says dumb, incriminating things, and this is him, he's out. This is not a president. This is Trump, as a man. I don't know what if anything goes on in the Senate, but that's him out, and that feels like it's shorter term. It's not just like, oh, he didn't win the election. What is it? America has had it with him. America is sick of him, and they have more alternatives because of all the different people running for office. More women. The financial situation in the country gets worse, I'm sorry to say. And people have more options than just him. It's over. And there are going to be laws put in place to stop his shenanigans from happening again, at least for a very long time, until it's completely forgotten. Yeah, that's the culmination. That's the end. This is trying to mend fences, trying to bring parts of the country back together. Laws being put in place, so there's not a Trump Part 2 in our lifetimes, and him being judged very harshly by history books. And Mueller being treated well in the history books. New starts. New heartache, new emotion. This feels like the Republicans' heartache. Democrats overflowing with relief and emotions. These are some powerful cards. You have two very strong beginnings of things. You've got major arcana. You've got court cards. Both of the sword cards, the speakers, the orator, and then temperance and strength, using temperance and strength to go forward. Boy, they're going to be some upset, upset, so upset Republicans. who Trump was their guy, and every election after this will be illegitimate in their eyes, and kind of the way that we Democrats look at Gorsuch and Kavanaugh. Certainly Gorsuch, that's not his seat. That's Merrick Garland's seat. But yeah, this is going forward. So this is what I'm getting. It's going to lead to some real information. It is going to have more teeth than, and the Democrats are going to show more teeth than they have up till now. And this is our happy formal impeachment inquiry day. So thank heavens, there are good days ahead. All right, so thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And thank you so much to my patrons. This channel, it could not exist without you. But thank you so much. All right, hang in there. There are good days ahead.